So you're a mortgage broker and you're really looking to try and generate business. Maybe you're new, or you're just starting out in this space, or you could be established, you've been a broker for a while, but the digital landscape is changing, and it very much is. The whole world is flipped on its head, and the way you used to generate leads might not be working the same. And so in this episode, we're going to be looking at 9 tips for marketing your mortgage business. Okay, if you're a mortgage broker, we're going to be looking at how you can market your business and start to generate income, increase your impact online. Super excited. That's what we're going to be doing. Now, what's the first one? The first one we have is the following. Create a strong online presence through well-designed websites and active social media profiles. Very important to do if you are a broker. Your online presence is vital. Most people, if you have a bad online presence, just think you don't exist. Let's not kid ourselves. It's just the way it is. If you have no digital presence, such as websites and online, and social media profiles, you don't exist, and people will really think that. So spend some time, if you've not got money, spend some time understanding how to improve your own website, understand a bit of WordPress, maybe a Wix website, and if you can, then spend some time as well nurturing some social media profiles, making them look good, having good display pictures, having the right information. Make it very clear to your ideal client when they land on your profile and your website that the two are the same person and that you look professional and you're demonstrating social proof. That's all you need to do. There's lots of other things you can do on top of it, but making that consistent, cohesive experience between your website and your social media profile. So if someone checks you out, you look good. That is going to be the thing that separates you. Very important, because people will be looking online and they are going to check you out. So do not think that that's not happening, because it absolutely is. The next one we have is the following, which is build relationships with estate agents through networking and professional organizations. Estate agents still are very important as a broker. Estate agents still are connected there. I'm a big advocate still of working with estate agents if they're good ones. Obviously, a lot of them can be idiots, but some of them are very good. But make sure that if you're trying to market with yourself, you want the agents to know who you are. Now, I would network and build relationships with agents who potentially are not introducers to you. They don't have to send you business. In fact, if it was me and you work with corporates, get deep into the corporates, talk with them, because you want people to know in your local area that you're good. So if you're working in a local area and there are, say, 10, 15 agents in that area, they should all know. They should know you, they should like you, and they should feel like you are somebody that gets the job done. That's very important. If they feel that way, you will be all right. This whole thing is about marketing your business and getting people to think you're good. If they think you're good, then they will actually share that information with their friends outside the office. We used to do all the time when I was an estate agent. We'd be talking about how, we'd have in-house advisors, and then when people would ask, I'd be like, yeah, no, don't go to them. Go to this guy. He's way better. That happens all the time, and it's stuff that we still don't think enough about. Next one to look at is utilize email marketing to reach out to potential clients, as well as stay in touch with your existing clients. Email marketing is something that we just don't look enough to. Email marketing is vital for nurturing your existing client bank. If you've been a broker for a while and I've got one broker, they've got like 1,000 people on their mailing list and they never send an email. And that's quite common for many mortgage advisors, many mortgage brokers, many mortgage advisors that I speak to. They have never used an email marketing campaign. They have the email addresses there on their on their CRM, but they never actually use it. And it's just mind blowing. An email once a week, nurturing and telling people about what's going on in the market or giving them some education. It's just making you a little bit more at the front of their mind when they're thinking about mortgages. Once a month newsletter, I'm sorry to tell you, it's just not enough. Once a week minimum, maybe twice a week, could be 3 times a week. It's not too bad to spam them, because you're not spamming them, you're just giving them valuable information. And if they don't want it, they will either unsubscribe, which they very rarely will, but most of the time you're just trying to make them aware that you exist and that when they need someone, you're the person to speak to. That's what it's all about. Next one we've got to look at is develop a referral program to encourage current clients to refer friends and family. So you can do this quite easily, where you can get people to refer their friends and family. One, either through like Amazon gift cards. You can do things through discounts off their fees. there's lots of ways that you can do this. You can also do this purely through goodwill. You don't even have to offer money. If you don't want to offer a discount, you don't have to. You could literally just do this through goodwill and make them feel like they like it. But having a good referral program can be very useful, and it can be a very good marketing tool. So think about this in your business. If you don't have a referral program, maybe that's something you should think about as a broker. Maybe you want to, and now one thing I would say with the referral programs is if you're having one and you want to incorporate it, make sure that you incorporate it for everyone. Everyone needs to know about it. It needs to be part of your sales process. If it isn't part of your sales process, you will lose out. So make sure if you are going to do a referral program that you stick to it. You make it completely part of that system. Next one we have is create valuable content such as blog posts, videos, and infographics to establish yourself as the industry expert. This is my bread and butter. I love this stuff. People go to people who they find out online. We spoke about this earlier. This idea that you are not that you're not online if you're a mortgage broker, that just cannot exist. It cannot exist in 2023, and it definitely cannot exist in the future. You need to build out your expertise and your thought leadership. And thinking that and if you think everybody knows what you know, I'm sorry, but that's not the case. And we're seeing this shifting, by the way, with messages I get from networks, from big firms, people who 2-3 years ago would probably laugh at me and say, there's no way that I'm speaking to that guy because he doesn't know what he's talking about. Guess what? It's changing, and they are reaching out and they are asking me for their advice on how it can work on a larger scale. That's because we know now that thought leadership, value content, authority marketing is definitely where the industry, the financial services industry, is going. And you can get ahead of that still. We're not in the majority yet. We're still very much in the early adopters, but we are getting to the point where this will hit saturation. So if you're a mortgage broker and you're thinking about making that shift, make it now. Do not wait. Pull the trigger. You will absolutely be so happy that you did. Let's look at the next one we have, which is leverage paid advertising through pay-per-click, which is also known as PPC, campaigns to target specific demographics. If you're a broker and you want your marketing to hit a very specific audience, and this is something that you have to keep in mind, if you're trying to target people through organic, it's going to be very, very difficult. Organic content like Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, TikTok, very hard to target the exact person you want. If you want that, you need to go after pay PPC, pay-per-click, or Facebook targeted ads, whatever you want to do. That is the way. And that's one way to definitely get in front of some of the right people if you know what to do. I would normally recommend when it comes to PPC or paid ads that you do this once you've got an organic strategy in place, because if you've got organic in place and then you add paid advertising on top, it is like pouring fuel onto the fire. If you don't, and if you're just doing it afterwards, you can get some results, but the moment you turn it off, you're going to lose all of that work that you've paid for. So I would definitely run a PPC campaign or a paid campaign in some way alongside an organic strategy. Organic is cheaper. It's completely free, to be honest, apart from any software that you need to run. So it's definitely a cheaper option, but it is one that's available and one that people should look at if you've got the budget. Another thing that mortgage brokers can do is attend local events to promote their business. So local events, if you're a local broker and you want to try and build your business, attending local events to promote your business can be great. And remember that it doesn't have to be in the property industry. It can be anything at all. Like, that really is something that's quite powerful. And we still don't talk about this enough, is that we don't attend our local parish council meetings. We don't attend our Chamber of Commerce. We don't go to the school fetes and sponsor the fun runs. We don't do these things, and we should, because the more we market those, the more we're getting front of mind. We're becoming just a constant omnipresent brand that these people think about when it comes to their mortgage. And when they need a mortgage, which guess what, nearly everybody does, then they will come to you. So be in there, go to local events, get your name known. The more you do this, the better results you're going to get. The next one to talk about is partner with other businesses in the property industry to reach the wider audience. So think about partnering with businesses who are inside your sphere. So if you are somebody who, let's say you are you're in mortgages, you work in buy-to-let, can you talk to letting agents? Can you talk to surveyors? Can you talk to EPC, so energy performance certificate people? Can you find people within that space? Are you talking to, boiler engineers, gas and heating? All of these people fall in line with the type of stuff that you do. I worked with a client who was speaking to double glazing salesmen and builders who do extensions, all of this type of stuff, and they work in the mortgage industry, and they do this because these people are supporting industries. There are so many supporting industries out there that we do not take the advantage of, that you just should do as a broker. Really think about it. Think outside the box. Promise you there's going to be places there that will give you referrals. It's kind of mind-blowing what opportunities are there for you. The next one we have is follow up with leads promptly and consistently to increase the chance of converting them into clients. Your follow-up is important if part of your strategy. If that client has reached out to you, make sure you get in touch with them and you move them through a client journey, and you should have a client journey. Brokers who don't have client journeys, who just kind of respond via WhatsApp or respond on their DMs or via email, and you don't have great, what I want you to do is first do this, then do this, and have an automated sequence, something like Calendly or something like ActiveCampaign that takes them through this automated sequence. You're missing a trick. You want to be as prompt as you can to get them into that sequence, and a lot of this stuff can be automated. It doesn't have to be you doing it, but you should have a follow-up system. And if you don't have a follow-up or like a follow-up system in some way, both following them up as when they make an inquiry, but I also think you should have a follow-up system throughout the entire process, from when they make the inquiry all the way through, and there should be multiple follow-up sequences. One follow-up sequence I would have is when they make an inquiry that takes them all the way through to the appointment being booked. Once the appointment has been booked and that's gone through, I would then have a second follow-up sequence, which takes them from once you've seen them all the way through to application. And then I would definitely have a follow-up sequence that's after application that takes them through so that you get this final touch and it maximizes referral. That is the follow-up sequences that I would be looking at. And that's 3 of them that's going to maximize the chance of you being successful with your marketing. So those are 9 marketing tips for mortgage brokers if you want to increase your business in the mortgage industry. There probably is loads others, but those are my 9 off the top of my head right now that I want to do that's going to help really increase that impact, income, and grow your sales as a broker. If you found this useful, be sure to subscribe. See you in the next one. All right.